We're live.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're live.
How are you this morning?
We're live. Good morning.
Tuesday, second day of the calendar week, last Tuesday of this calendar month. I hope you're, the last week of the month
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of people. They approach it with some trepidation.
Mm.
Money is low, debt is high, and new month bills are coming. The heat is on, the pressure is on. Or it may not be bills, it could be some other stuff. Sometimes the heat is on where you have to deliver by a certain time. The heat is on,
Mm.
you know. And for so many people, that pressure causes them to either rise to the occasion or succumb under the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of us, particularly melanated folk, we rise to the occasion.
We rise to the occasion.
Yes, when the heat is on, we're going to talk about that today.
All right, let's talk about it. When the heat is on, how do you show up? We're going to talk about that today. Back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining this morning on today, March the 28th, the last Tuesday of the month.
We're going to talk about our topic today, when the heat is on, but we'd be remiss if we didn't offer our heartfelt condolences to the hurting community of Nashville, Tennessee.
Absolutely.
A lot of you guys know yesterday there was a school shooting in Nashville. A former student there, 28-year-old white woman. She went to the school with her gun on Monday and shot and killed 3 9-year-old children and 3 adults as well.
Wow.
And then with a shootout with the police, she ended up getting killed.
Our prayers are for the family. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
It's such a tragedy to me, because what I figure a school shooting is what? A desperate act from someone that's hurting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't imagine that there would be anything. They can't possibly think that there's anything else that they can do. But that doesn't make it right. Whether it's a last ditch effort or whether it's a cry for help, whatever it is, you don't have the right to take someone else's life.
25 years ago, Australia had a mass shooting, mass murder. And that one mass murder said, no more guns. We take away everybody's guns. And since that time, they've had one, maybe. Okay. And the argument that, well, if you take away people's guns, then only the criminals will have a gun. Not so. Because on the black market, these guns cost 10 times as much as you could in Walmart today.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not the case. So I have long been an advocate of gun control laws. And we know what's going to happen with the school shooting here. We know exactly what's going to happen. Everybody's going to give out thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
And say this is not the time to talk about it. That's what they're going to do.
And we do give our thoughts and prayers, but we hope that some further action is taken or comes from this. We know that the person who actually committed the crime, is no longer here, but there are people that subscribe to the same mental illness, if you will. And because we don't have gun control laws in place,
right,
I think that slips through the cracks more often than it could if there were gun control laws, more stringent gun control laws.
I do too. I agree with that as well. But it's just so common in the United States. So just so ordinary. School shooting, another school shooting, another school shooting. You get almost numb to it. And that sickens me. Dr. Deborah Dustin, good morning.
The heat is on. When the heat is on.
Dr. Deborah Dustin is in what state now?
Tennessee.
Nashville is in Tennessee. Again, we're praying for that community.
For
our topic shooting. Today is when the heat is on, when pressure is on you. What happens then? How do you handle pressure? How do you handle the heat when it's on? But we couldn't really delve into that without offering something to the hurting community of Nashville, Tennessee.
Actually, I think that it is a situation that is not just for Nashville, Tennessee. I think that it is a cry for our nation, and that we must pray for the entire nation, because I think that this is one of those things that could be prevented if they just didn't have access.
Yes, it could have been prevented. That is it, the heart right there. All of these school shootings and all these mass murders, or at least a very high percentile of them, could have been prevented without the easy access and gun shows, the gun show loophole. You don't even have to have your stuff together. Just go to a gun show and buy a gun. Just go to a gun show. We got shows there, guns not just buy them all you want. Buy all you want. You've seen all these YouTube videos of people showing how fast you can get an assault rifle in America. Walk into a pawn shop, they videotape the whole thing. Walk into a pawn shop, get an M16 30 magazine clip, and walk out 15 minutes or less. Done. You can get it. So it's just too easy. It's way easier to get an assault rifle than it is to get a driver's license, than it is to get insurance for your car. Everything else you got to go through a whole bunch of loopholes to get. Not guns, not in this country. Easy.
It's very sad. But prayers to the family of the 3 9-year-olds. Good morning, Stephanie. TikTok, countdown to Stephanie's birthday.
Oh.
Every day. It's you guys. It's
not them. It's not them.
I promise you, I don't even yawn after this show.
I will say this too about sleep. Last night I got some of the best sleep I've had in a while. Sister Stephanie said, I saw a rifle come through Amazon. A lot of them get them through the mail. A lot of them come through the mail. A lot of them. Okay. You can order it. Brother George Allen says, that's not true. There's a process for purchasing a gun. You think so, right? There is a process. But the truth of the matter is, we've seen it over and over again, brother. People can go into a pawn shop, or they can go to a gun show and leave with a gun quickly. You can order a gun online. Yes, you can. On Amazon. You can order it.
Yes, Stephanie turns 55 on
55
Friday.
Is a good age. This Friday?
Double nickels, yep.
Double nickels for her this Friday? Oh, my goodness. That's the 31st. She's born the 31st?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. 55 is one of those significant birthdays to me, Sister Stephanie. That's a birthday I think should be celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a cake and have some friends around singing happy birthday to you. I called Santiago Sims. It was his birthday this past weekend.
Was it?
And I called him up on his birthday, and he says, hello. I go, happy birthday to you. And I sang like 2 bars of it. And he was like, oh, wow. Thanks for the song, man. That's not true, brother. Okay. He says, laws are only for law-abiding citizens. Well, that's not true. Because, for example, if you don't want to wear your seatbelt, for example, or if you don't want to wear a helmet when you ride your motorcycle, even if you're not a law-abiding citizen, you're going to wear it, or you're going to get pulled over and get a ticket. There are repercussions for not being a law-abiding citizen. Okay, so that's not true. If you and I could get into this deeply with you. For example, locks. They say locks on your doors are for honest people because they want to really get into your car, or if they really want to get into your house, they can. Yeah, that's true. But for most people, that's not the way.
Stephanie says, okay, I'm expecting your call on Friday.
You're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get
Singing, LOL. Oh, George goes on to say, only law-abiding people obey the law.
That's not true either. Because even if you're not a law-abiding student, you're still going to, person, you're still going to stop at a red light. Okay, you're still going to stop at a stop sign. Even if you don't want to. You're going to do it. Okay? That's nitpicking to me. That's semantics. Only this and only that. That's not true. Okay.
And I don't have a problem with the right to bear arms. I really personally believe that the type of arms that you're bearing is going to make the biggest difference.
The right to bear arms is an outdated concept to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was an amendment. It was saying the right to bear arms and a well-formed militia, and it was designed to prevent the government from overpowering the regular people. So if the government tried to impose on regular folks, they could defend their household with a musket. Okay, where you had like a put one ball in there and jam it in with a rod and light the fuse and defend yourself. Okay, well now we have guns where you can kill a bunch of people within a minute. Okay,
assault rifle.
Assault rifle, yeah.
George Allen goes on to say, if you aren't abiding, you are going to find a way to do wrong. That's very true. But I would believe that it would make it a lot less accessible in some cases if we had stringent laws on the process.
And we have easy examples: Australia, China. Okay, there's no mass murders in China. There's no mass murders in Australia because they don't have guns like that. Okay, they just don't. Okay. And in those countries, there are people who are not law-abiding too. There are unscrupulous people as well. But we don't make laws for the one that obeys the laws like that. We make the laws for the people who are so prone to cross the line. That's what they're for. Those are for those people. If you aren't abiding, you're going to find a way to do wrong. Yeah. Okay. So is that justification for why assault rifles should be readily available? Well, it's on law. Not people that's not law-abiding should get them then if they're not readily available. Yeah. Okay. If someone wants to kill murder, they can find a way without the gun. They can just use a knife. Yeah, but you can't kill 100 people with a knife. Okay. You try to kill 100 people with a knife. What the 98 of them doing? One, he stabbed that person. He stabbed that person too. Wow, he's stabbing a lot of people. The 30th person, am I gonna still be here? No, you can't. But with a gun, you can.
That's ridiculous.
Right.
But nevertheless, even if we're standing here saying it is what it is right now, we still can send our heartfelt prayers out to the families that lost their children and their loved ones in Nashville.
Think how harsh that is. You send your child to school. I am so grateful to God that I don't have an elementary age child today. But a lot of people do have elementary age school children today. You send there with the belief they'll be safe. And there are at least 3 households now that their 9-year-old child got shot needlessly at school by going to school. Mm-hmm. That child didn't commit a crime. That child didn't know. The parents didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah.
It surprised everyone. And how hard is that how would I even deal with that? Learning that my 9-year-old child was shot and killed at school.
And imagine if I had 2 more children.
Some children younger than that child.
Yeah, it's just a devastating tragedy, and it really warrants our prayers and our thoughts. And if there are any areas that we can make a difference, if someone knows how to make a difference, because we know that the person who was responsible has been killed. Well, that's an interesting concept. George Allen says, why not just blame God? Well, understand that even in hospitals, people die.
Right.
Even where there is good, bad things happen. And so it is so important to realize that instead of blaming God, we should be going to him and asking him for some direction, for some healing to a place that there are people that are so distraught that they would think that taking the life of another human being is the answer to whatever they're going through.
All of this, why not blame God only for law-abiding citizens? What if this and what if that? All of that is a deflection or a try to keep you from talking about the real issue. The real issue is guns are so prevalent and it's easy to get and easy to use. We use this tool, to kill people in a mass way. That's what it is. That's nonsense to me. Why not just blame God? Blame him or not blame him, doesn't matter. The guy still had a machine gun and was still able to shoot. Doesn't matter. All that is just, to me, is lazy deflection. Okay, guns don't kill people. People kill people, right? With guns, dumb it. With guns, okay? They don't use hammers. They don't use saws to kill people like that. They use gun is just a tool. No, it's not. It's something that you use. There's only one thing you can really do with a gun. That's shoot. Now, I understand. I'm not saying no guns. Have your shotgun at your house for defense. Have your pistol if you want to. But assault rifles, where you're able to kill, shoot 30 rounds in a minute, or all that in a minute, and all that stuff is nonsensical. And every time we have a school shooting, and we have enough of them to go by, is another example of why we don't need this nonsense.
Amen, George. That's right, because sometimes we don't know what we don't know. He goes on to say, all the things done by his or her permission according to your book. Well, we do know that according to his book, all things work together for the good of those that know him and are called according to his purpose. So we hope that we find something in this that is a consolation to help us to navigate through this type of situation.
Still hard, though.
Absolutely.
It's still hard, and it's still ugly to me. It's harsh and it's ugly, especially the after. When they had that Vegas shooting, guy shot 90-something people at a concert, okay, from the hotel, shooting down into this concert, from the hotel window, blasting them. I was like, man, that's almost 100 people killed within a matter of minutes, because it was a packed concert. He was shooting into the concert, and an outdoor concert. And surely we'll have a law to prevent that from happening. Nothing. No repercussions from that other than that person. That's it. So, but all those households lost someone. It's just ugly and selfish and lazy and greedy, while we won't have responsible gun laws in this country.
Well, I think that we come to a place where we get to understand where he says, if my people who were called by my name would only humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, and then they would see from heaven, and he would heal their land. Amen. And so we just got to continue to find a way to seek the good in these situations, or to seek, sometimes it's just solidarity that comes out of this. Sometimes solidarity is the only healing premise that comes out of a destructive situation.
I used to think when I first started paying attention to how many school shootings there were, Sandy Hook was one for me. I think one of the things that I thought would have been good about that was it shook us out of our lazy, just trusting. We were too trusting. Schools were too accessible. They were able to walk in and out of schools, too many doors to walk in. So then they shut down doors and made it less accessible to go to schools. Even me trying to visit my son in school, even though he was in high school, I had to press a button, be seen by somebody, had to go directly here, because the schools are locked down during the day now. So I thought, okay, that's an improvement that needed to be made. It was too easy to get to our kids. Okay, I thought that. But apparently that's still not enough.
Well, the school that I visit here, James Martin, and I don't know about other schools, but maybe they are, but they actually have doorway
metal
thing?
detector?
Yeah, metal detector.
A lot of schools do have a metal detector, so it's just so ugly to me. The whole, every discussion about gun laws in this country delve into, I like my guns. That's it. I like my guns. Don't take my guns. Blankety blank you. It all descends down into it. Trying to have a high-level, intelligent conversation about responsible gun laws it's almost fruitless in this country, because you're not going to be able to, because it makes too much sense. I mean, Australia, China, Tokyo, only the United States. You look at how many of these other countries with the same amount of people as us, or even more people than us, have way less gun crime, because they don't have the guns. That's enough of a deterrent. That's enough of proof for me. Okay, they're regular people too. In their populace, there's the same percentage of good and bad. Okay.
Well, we thank you guys for joining us this morning. We do have a topic.
That wasn't our topic. Okay.
The topic is when the heat is on.
When the heat is on, when you're under pressure, how do you handle it? So many of us, especially those of us who have some age on you, there have been lots of times in your life when the heat was on, when the pressure was on, the deadline was here, and you come through it when the heat is on. How do you handle it when the heat is on? Brother George says,
he goes on to say, we can be so sympathetic to others' plight, Black people should be the last group to talk about giving up guns. Yes, I went there. Good morning, Kia. Good morning, Kia. And I know the argument. I understand. I even understand the argument, but I cannot seem to reconcile the balance. And I understand the necessity for it. I am not saying to do away with it. I am saying to manage it better. But you know what? I don't have the answer. And so because I don't have the answer, I also don't have the desire to argue about it because I just want to see things in more unified ways. And I also know that sometimes change doesn't come without blood. So that's not my fight. And so I just stand down in prayer.
In California in the 70s, the Black Panther Party rose up as a way to defend their communities from the police who had been just randomly and wantonly committing murders and violence against Black people. So they started carrying their guns too because it was legal. Carrying their guns. They even took guns to the Capitol building, took guns to the police station to stand their ground. Just to show we got guns too, pigs, right? And then laws changed. But that's what happened when just people just show up with guns all the time. It wasn't safe. It wasn't a safe place to be when that happened.
Hey, Judy. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning, Judy, Kia, yes. Chef Rev. Good morning to you.
Our topic is
Ms.
when the
Phyllis,
heat is
Dr.
on.
Deborah. Thank you guys for joining. And the topic is when the heat is on.
But we also would be remiss if we didn't speak on another school shooting in Nashville, Tennessee yesterday, where three 9-year-olds, one 9-year-old is way too many. 3 of them were killed just going to school. Mm-hmm. And 3 adults were killed doing their jobs. They went to work that day as school administrators. They went to work that day and ended up losing their life because of one person with a gun deciding to go do that.
Yeah, it is. It's more than unfortunate. Unfortunate is too mild a word for the tragedy that was suffered. When the heat is on, it makes me think of how are you going to respond to those such situations? How are you going to respond to those situations? George goes on to say the heat is on and we better wake up and stop trying to fit in. I get it.
Let that go.
I get it.
Yeah. When the heat is on, there's a song, when in the heat of the moment, it's ringing in my head this morning. In the heat of the moment, I lost my head, I lost my mind, I didn't know what to do. In the heat of the moment, a lot of times people do dumb things in the heat of the moment because the pressure's on. They act out of character, and they regret it later when the heat is on. But some people.
Do you challenge resilience and persistence when the heat is on? Do you tap into your untapped strength?
Yeah. Hang on a little bit longer when the heat is on. And another thing happens when the heat is on for a lot of people, another very good thing that happens when the heat is on is it forces people to become creative. Mm-hmm. You have to think. The heat is on. I have to think. And so often adults don't want to think. Mm-hmm. But we have to think and come up with something. The heat is on. The wolf is at the door. What can we do? That's when you have rent parties. That's when you sell something. That's when you sell something. When the heat is on, sell something. Message coming from the sales coach.
You know what is interesting? As I was listening this morning to Jim Rohn, one of the things that he said, sometimes we think we need a whole lot of answers and a whole lot of information. But oftentimes people of a certain age, you're just one digit away from the combination.
Yeah, you figured out some stuff already. One more digit in the combination lock and it'll open up the vault for you. Open up the vault. I like that thought. Mm-hmm. More Jim Rohn in our lives, the better. If you haven't discovered him. Yep. In the heat of the moment, and when the wolf is at the door, when the heat is on, what do? Some people go inward when that happens. Inward. They pull up, like Lisa was just mentioning, their reserves of strength. Mm-hmm. I had a inbox message the other day. Someone I don't know on Facebook. I don't know this person at all.
Okay.
she asked me, would I cash app her $20 to buy so she could buy some food?
I don't know.
Oh
we
my
can
goodness.
get food to you if we know you or know how to get to you. And we have helped people financially for those that we know and are part of the circle. But for someone to just randomly reach out,
randomly,
yeah.
And I wonder, did she do that to 100 people? Just in your friends list, just keep sending them, just to see who will send you money. That's what I thought. That's what my brain went to.
Maybe.
Yep.
That was the end of your thought?
I thought better of the other stuff I was going to say behind that. I chose not to.
You could have chose 5 seconds earlier.
Yeah, true.
And we wouldn't even be here.
Discretion is the better part of valor. Yeah.
Understand. How do you respond to that tenacious moment? That moment right before everything changes. Understand, it is a critical moment.
Yeah.
And your response to it is going to determine how the access turns out. And that's why I focus on resilience and persistence. Because resilience means I'm not going to be swayed. I'm not going to be moved by the condition that is in front of me. And persistence means that I know some things that have worked in the past. And I keep trying, they'll work again.
Yeah. It's always darkest
before the dawn.
What does that mean? The trouble is always the darkest, the greatest, right before the light is revealed. Right before. That's an adage.
Good morning,
probably
Miss Tamika.
In your life has been proven true.
Good morning, Craig.
For some reason, I stopped getting comments.
Okay. They're over here.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't get any yesterday either.
That's okay. That's not where they are. Amen. Craig says, good morning, my Empowerment Duo family. Have a wonderful, blessed day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. Lisa, can I get a card? Been missing them, LOL.
We do them every day, homie.
We've been doing them in your name. You just got to be here.
Sister Dr. Deborah Dunson says, when the heat is on, I tend to use my inner strength. I can remember a time when I used to get overly emotional and victimized in my head. Why me attitude? Yeah. Thank you for that, Dr. Deborah Dunstan, because they get overly emotional and victimized in her own head.
Catastrophizing is something that I have been challenged with. Just thinking the worst case scenario, instead of remembering that I live in an anastrophic world and that I can think of the best case scenario.
You've given this talk a few times, Lisa, maybe 4 times I can think of. But I can remember this one time in particular where you kind of got the whole room to be still. And you spoke in a tone of voice that got them stilled. And you asked them to think about that worst moment of their lives. And you gave them time to come up with that worst moment, that time when you thought it was about to be the game was over. There was too much pain, too much whatever. And you took them there and you let them feel that pain, that worst moment of their life. And then you had them open their eyes again and realize that you're still here. You made it past that worst moment. And it just changed the whole room. Everybody went from pain to light and loving because they realized they've lived through the worst time of their life. Yes, it was a horrible moment, but they're still here. It didn't end them.
Amen. Craig since you've been doing your cards in my name, I've been getting work around that time, and that's why I be missing them. The cards bless me. Thank you. Amen.
We'll find something. She got a book here.
I got a quote book that I'm pulling the cards from today.
Okay. So she's going to come up with that for you as well. You got it?
Yeah, but I got a minute.
Okay, cool. She got a minute. She's going to do it at 9:30, y'all. So that's when she's designated when she's going to do that. When the heat is on, Dr. Deborah says she goes inward. And she used the term here, victimized. You know, this always happens to me. Life is out to get me. That's what's called catastrophic thinking, that victimization thinking. And you're not a victim. You're just not. You know, life will come for everybody. It's gonna come for you too if it hadn't before.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come for you, and that's why I think we need strategies, because these kinds of things keep coming around. We need strategies. How are we going to deal with it when the negative come to us? How are we going to deal with it when we get talked about? How are we going to deal with it when whatever, anything? Because they come around. So you need a strategy or philosophy about how to handle this.
Absolutely, absolutely. Understanding that you have the ability to overcome whatever is sent your way.
Mm-hmm. It's that time now. I'm on my second cup of coffee today too. I'm good.
Mm-mm-mm. So today's quote comes from Helen Keller. This card, we're going to call this a card for the day.
Okay.
And hey,
6:30 a.m. and up.
Good
Blessing
morning,
to
good
you
morning,
all.
good morning.
Sister Jacqueline, thank you for showing up today. Good morning to you. We know 6:30 is early for anybody, and we appreciate you being here.
Today's quote is coming from Helen Keller. Now, for those of you who don't know Helen Keller was both deaf and blind.
And mute.
And mute. Well, deaf, blind, and mute. Yes. I guess to me they came together, but yeah, you're right. It bears stating. Now, imagine that was your condition. Imagine deaf, blind, and mute. And yet many of life's quotes and persevering talks have come from the life that she led.
And her.
And from her.
Great quotes of someone that's blind, deaf, and mute. We'll call it blind, deaf, and dumb is what they used to say. I prefer mute. Okay. But anyway.
And the quote is, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope or confidence.
One more again.
Optimism is the faith
that leads to achievement. Hold it. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Thinking the way you think about it. If you're optimistic about the outcome, that leads to the achievement of it. That's what I get out of that.
Absolutely.
And then she says, nothing.
No
things.
Nothing can be done without hope or confidence.
Hope or confidence. For the person, when the heat is on, but you have a business. When the heat is on, but you have a way to earn $1. When the heat is on and you have people that love you around you, there's hope in that. And you can have confidence in that too.
Absolutely. I particularly like that quote.
I do too. I've heard some Helen Keller jokes too. I'm not going to do it.
Good. Sometimes I need a whole quote for you.
What the hell? No.
Don't do it. Don't even think it. Like, stop.
Oh, it's not pretty either. It's not.
You're not being nice.
I didn't say the joke.
You thought it.
I know it. I'm enjoying the laugh myself.
Somebody help me.
Oh my goodness. I'll tell you when the show's over.
Don't tell me. I don't even want to know. Don't suck me into your place.
When the show's over, I'll tell you.
Nope. I'm not going in there with you. Stay in your own mess. No, thank you. No. When the heat is on, how are you planning, strategizing, persevering, and resisting the thought of giving up?
Oh man,
we're gonna miss you.
Yeah, well, you came through and you gave us some sunshine in the moment that you were here. Absolutely. So thank you for coming through. You know, this show does give some sunshine. The show does give some light. And it's like a chance to touch Sister Jacqueline, a chance to touch Dr. Deborah Dunstan, a chance to touch Sister Judy and Brother Craig, you know, just a chance to touch you guys. It feels good to me.
Absolutely.
You know, and everyone that comes, what's her name? Kia, a chance to touch Sister Kia. When your name pops across your vision, that vision of you pop into our head, we can see you.
Absolutely.
You know, just like everyone else, you know, we can see you. I'm gonna go back to Stephanie Morris's birthday is this upcoming Friday.
Double Nichols in the house. She'll be a grown up.
55 is a grown up age. I love the thought of double Nichols, double grace. I love that a lot. Okay. So I'm happy that you made the 55. We're 55 as well. Craig Sabb says, you just saying that because you want my VCR. Yeah, I want your VCR. What would I do with a VCR today? Someone gave me a VCR cassette tape to watch a movie on. Oh,
what would you do with it?
I don't have nothing to play it on. Even DVDs. I don't have nothing to play DVDs on, or even CDs. I have
a CD player,
and I have an old laptop that had a slot that I can put a CD in. Okay, I can even watch a movie on that too. I have
Good
that.
morning, Dr. Beverly. She says, "Good morning, my awesome people."
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing? Beverly Regina. How you doing? We're talking about when the heat is on. Wow, all this time my message didn't send. No.
Nope.
No.
I saw that you jumped on, and that's it.
Yep. And I usually get messages, but I didn't get any messages today at all from nobody, or yesterday. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay. So,
but we're glad you're here.
Yes. She probably sent out a killer message too, and we didn't get it.
But please resend it. But today is when the heat is on. How are you responding? Are you responding in fear or in faith?
Sorry, if you don't get this report done by such and such, you're fired. Oh, wow, the heat is on. If you don't do this by such and such a time, you're going to have this adverse consequence. Wow, the heat is on. Go inward, go outward even. She said, Craig emojis of laughing after the VCR. It looks like he knew you were going to laugh like that. Did I laugh like that, Dr. Beverly? Did I laugh like Craig's emoji?
Yes.
I don't laugh like Craig's emojis.
Yes, you did.
Nah, son. I don't laugh like Craig's emojis.
Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the love. Like. Always appreciate it. It helps to extend our reach. We look forward to you sharing, because sharing is caring. And if you're watching us on YouTube today, remember to like and subscribe.
Today's a good day. Tuesday. If Mark Greer was here, he would say, you realize you're amongst the living today. That right there is a blessing to you. Do something with this time. I don't laugh like that, Craig. That's not how I laugh. That's what you think? That's what you think? Okay, yeah. How do I laugh, Lisa?
Like that?
Impersonate it. Go ahead.
I can't impersonate your laugh.
Let's see. And I don't always fall back like that. Cut it out, y'all.
Okay, we're going to cut it out.
Y'all tripping, man. I was starting to say I got a better night's sleep last night because I tried a trick that Lisa's been suggesting. I've been having difficulties. I've been having coughing fits at night, and she's thinking I'm laying too flat. So I propped myself up on pillows and had the angle up. And once I did that,
you could sleep.
I was able to sleep so much better.
Imagine that.
And not cough during my sleep. I'm awakened by my cough like every couple of hours or hour and a half or something like that. But just that up thing made a difference for me last night. And I'm like, oh man, this is great. Made those beds that help you get up like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dr. Beverly says, yes, you do lean back in the chair, and yes, you let it go.
No, I don't. You're just saying that.
She's doing it.
I guess I do from time to time. I guess I do.
More often than not.
Maybe. Oh man, I watched one of my videos, a training video I was doing. I think I did it maybe last year. And in the whole video, I was doing like this the whole time.
Yeah.
I was going back and
forth. I often ask you to stop doing that.
I didn't even realize I was doing it.
I know.
But I saw it on the recording. Mm-hmm. I was doing that.
And you shouldn't. The other thing that you do is you play with a chair in front of you. You spin the chair.
That's live.
Yeah, because that's when you're standing up. But that's right. That is the reflection of you doing this back and forth with the chair.
In a live event, as I'm going back and forth, sometimes I'll take a spare chair while I'm still doing it and angle the chair up like on one of the legs or one corner of the legs and spin the chair as I'm doing my talk. And everybody's watching me spin the chair. But baby, I was doing that in the 90s.
Right.
Spinning those chairs. I know I was doing it in the 90s because I had another one of the other managers saying, I can't be as good as Brian because I don't know how to spin a chair. I was doing that back in the 90s, spinning chairs.
Dr.
Just
Beverly
like spinning
says,
a basketball on your fingers, spinning a chair.
they're not the same. Dr. Beverly says, double grace, happy birthday, and many more in my singing voice. That's for Stephanie.
You gotta call Stephanie and sing it to her on Friday.
On Friday.
Yep.
We'll sing on double nickels.
We will do it on the show too.
Sing it on the show.
Yes, we will do it on the show as well. And I'm glad for you, Stephanie. I'm glad for you. 55 is a good age.
Absolutely. She says, thank you, Dr. Beverly. Absolutely.
Yeah. And man, Friday, I think I do have clients on Friday. I was trying to think of a day to have another visit with Eve, another Eve visit. I was trying to think of a day that works good because the day you came last time was perfect. It was a Thursday. I had the morning and the afternoon clear. It was good.
Anyway.
Dr. says, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
She still got 3 more days.
Ya. Happy birthday. Dr. Deborah says, Stephanie, do something great for yourself. Amen.
Yeah, do something great for yourself.
Brother Mark Greer is on. Thank you for joining this morning, Brother Mark.
Today's topic is when the heat is on. How do you handle it when the heat is on?
How do you handle it? Do you run and hide or do you stand and fight?
Do you run and hide or do you stand and fight when the heat is on? Sister Stephanie says,
oh, I have fabulous plans. So excited.
Well, good for you.
But I'm glad. Mm-hmm.
She's got fabulous plans. Good. I'm not going to speculate.
Out loud. She's been having some wonderful self-care throughout the whole month. And I think that that's necessary. And that's a beautiful way to celebrate your birthday.
And she's been going through her journal book. 31 days to the heart
of your purpose.
Heart of your purpose. She's been doing lives each day, going through that.
Absolutely.
What happens when you do it like that, Stephanie? People find you. Your audience finds you. Yep. How many of the things that we know and we don't do? I know that to be true. I teach it too, but I don't do that very much. I don't do lives very much, and I should. I normally hit lives, but I want to teach something. But I don't do a whole lot of those quick, short things. But I guess I should.
Absolutely. What is your go-to for when the heat is on? How do you stand up against the situation that comes your way that shows how you show up and show out?
It's interesting. Mark is even on your page and none of that.
It's okay.
I know you keep saying it's okay, but I still find it interesting. Because one day I could, the next day I could not. Okay.
It's not that you could or could not. It's where they clicked the link.
So no one is clicking.
Evidently not.
Really? That's not true. Can't be. Okay. Because all these folks usually do, but no. I don't care. They're here now. So.
You said that 3 times now.
Yes.
So obviously you do care.
It's interesting. I have nothing in my feed.
Okay.
Nothing.
No, but we have them here and we have them here and we should honor that they're here.
That's right. Look at that. So I'm looking forward to today as well. It's now 9:42. Just in case someone's new to the show, this show is called Let's Talk About It. Her name is Lisa Santiago McNeill. She's my wife, Lisa Santiago McNeill. That includes the Lisa Santiago McNeill part, the Santiago too. In case you Google her, you'll be able to find her. Include the Santiago to it.
Absolutely. He is Brian K. McNeill, and you want that K in there, or else you're going to get a whole different person.
Right.
A bluegrass singer or a old white guy. I think he sells insurance, but you won't get Brian K. McNeill and all of his amazing content.
But the show is called Let's Talk About. We talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
With a little bit of shenanigans thrown in.
That's what we talk about on the show. Those 3 areas with a little bit of shenanigans. Sprinkling of shenanigans. A smattering of it. And we do have a ministry. Our ministry is Economic Independence.
Through Entrepreneurship.
That's it. Economic Independence Through Entrepreneurship, DASSIT. That's it. That's what we talk about. That's what we believe in. And some of these guys have been rocking with us for years, like Miss Phyllis. Probably at least 6 years, if not 7. She's been a part of what we do. Yes. And we like to honor her with a greeting logo from Miss Phyllis. It goes, Miss Phyllis is here. Miss Phyllis so is clear here. The way. Miss Phyllis is here. Miss Phyllis now we can here. All have a great day. Miss Phyllis. Amazing for her to hang with us like this. Absolutely. It is such an honor. Dr. Deborah Dunst has been hanging with us for many years as well. Dr. Deborah has a song. Dr. Deborah, healing trauma and deliverance coach. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We're going to get your comment, Mark. But let's catch up. Stephanie has a song. Life has new meaning to me. There is beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie, you're in love. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's our girl, Stephanie Mars. Mr. George Allen, also known as Chef Rev. He's got a jam too. And he goes, why must I cook like that? Why not hire Chef Rev? He puts the good food in me. Not. Scroll down, please. Good morning to you. I saw Dr. Beverly over here. She's got a logo as well, and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning. You're too low with that note. I can't get high. My throat. Good morning, Judy. Oh, Judy, you so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Judy. Hey, Kia. Thank you for joining us this morning. Good morning to you. 1,000 degrees. You'll be on your knees and you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze. Craig, let me borrow your VCR so I can dub tape. And the song I haven't been able to sing for so many days, Jacqueline Rosier, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine. That's Jacqueline Rosier's song, and she also has a logo, well, according to Jacqueline, and that's like law. You do it according to Jacqueline. Brother Mark Greer says, I'm going to read this in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer. When the heat is on, you handle it. You combat it with even more fire. There is no external combustible situation that is more powerful than your internal fire. Love it. There is no storm that can conquer you. You, in essence, are the storm people warn the world about. You can deal with anything if you don't give in or give up. Woo! That's fire. When the heat is on, you handle it. You combat it with even more fire. There is no external combustible situation that is more powerful than your internal fire. Damn, Mark. Mic drop. I love it. He just came with it. I was reading it and appreciating it at the same time. Dr. Beverly says, good morning, my awesome. I don't know if that got cut off, but that's okay. Good morning, my awesome family. Yes. And you make it awesome, Dr. Beverly. You know, we count on you, Dr. Beverly, to bring something that only you can bring to this world. Only you can bring to this show. Your words, Dr. Beverly, no one else talks like you. No one else talks like Mark Greer, Dr. Deborah Dunstan, Sister Judy. Nobody. All of your perspectives bring in the understanding and wisdom that we all need. Yep. Definitely. So I'm ready to start my work day. Or next start of the work day. This officially, at least I'll go to work before the show starts, but officially our work day begins with the show. Okay. And that's one of the great things the shows did for us, 6+ years ago. It stabilized our work life. Mm-hmm. We know at 9, we got to be sitting here, at least on my left. Okay, and I know that to be true. No matter what else is going on, this has to happen at this time. Absolutely. And we look forward to being here to hear from you, to receive your encouragement, to give your encouragement, to continually build one another up, and to also carry each other during some of the trying times, like this morning as we prayed together for the families from Nashville. That's what friends do for each other. They help each other celebrate the victories and endure their hardships together. That's what friends are for. Absolutely. That sounds like a good name of a song. That's what friends are for. I'm going to just tell you the punchline, the Helen Keller joke.
No, you're not. Sometimes I have to put him in time.
Oh, it's a good joke, baby.
I don't know. There's no such thing.
There's no such thing as a good joke? Yes, there is.
Not at Helen Keller's expense.
Okay, there are good jokes.
In the world?
Yes.
Not at Helen Keller's expense.
Maybe not at Helen Keller's expense, but maybe so.
Maybe not.
If it gives you a chuckle.
No, it won't.
It will give you a chuckle.
It will not. And it might get you a punch.
Lisa.
I am not interested.
You can't punch anybody, baby. Your hands are so soft. And I imagine if Lisa hauled off and hit me, it wouldn't even hurt.
We don't want to do that.
That's what I imagine, baby.
It's okay.
I've been in fights with real dudes that was trying to hurt me.
I wouldn't be trying to hurt you.
I know you wouldn't, but I have fought people that was trying to.
But stop it.
You can't hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
Not physical.
But we love and appreciate you coming out today and hanging out with us. We look forward to sharing with you on tomorrow's Wisdom Wednesday. We look forward
Brother
to
Mark Greer got another submission?
Brother Mark. Absolutely. We look forward to
another one? What? And we'll play his submission at 9:20 tomorrow. We're stabilizing the time when it airs. It'll air at 9:20 tomorrow.
And we look forward to that. So 9:20 is Brother Mark. 9:30 is the special part of the day. 9:42 is when we serenade you. And 9:50 to 9:52 is when we let you go.
That's it.
Get you out of here. Get you some coffee. Go ahead and have a cup of tea. Get ready for the day.
I finished 2 cups today. Whoop, whoop.
You don't need any more. Maybe that's what's wrong with you.
What? That I had coffee?
You're too caffeinated.
I'm not too caffeinated. No such thing.
There is such a thing.
Anyway, I've had 2 cups of coffee this morning, and I like it. 2 cups of coffee morning day is a good day. You think better. At least I do.
I do not drink coffee.
That's your problem. You will be so much more effective in everything if you drink coffee regularly. And you will from time to time drink a cup of coffee. Now you'll make it like a milkshake.
Yeah, I drink a coffee flavored something, but we'll see. We look forward again to seeing you on tomorrow. And
get out of here, huh?
Don't forget to have